Kurt, the Waco kid here. Just want to give you an update. It's September 22nd, Saturday, 2023. And I spent all summer trying to get my riser going. And man, that's the toughest, slowest thing that I've encountered so far with arm wrestling and the techniques and strength. The best that I got was just barely. In fact, you really couldn't count it, but maybe like for a split second, I was able to hold 70 pounds off the table with the belt. And here go all the puppies. Come on, puppies. Hey, there you go. They must have heard a lion or a tiger out there or something. Okay. So anyway, yeah, that's been the slowest improvement for myself. Left hand, no way. Left hand, 10 pounds less. 60 pounds on the riser with the belt off the table. And if you remember one of my previous videos, I stopped doing the Devin Larrett style where you squat down because I had some previous low back problems that it started bringing that back. So word to the wise, if you have any kind of low back issues, maybe even knee issues, you would not want to try to copy the Devin Larrett style because I guarantee you're going to have problems, especially if you're not 18 years of age. This, my channel is geared to mainly folks over 40. So if you're 40, 50, 60, 70, you're not going to squat down and start picking up, 70 pounds. So what I'm going to do now, I'm back to the drawing board, but not really. I'm going to go back to what I was getting pretty good at, and that was pronation. And so I'm going to go back to my BJJ belt with weights off the table and being really strict with my pronation, and I'm really going to try to advance that. My best, I think that you saw in one of my videos, my best for a static hold was, for a split second, was 115 pounds. And so that would be like 240 pounds and a 25. Now that was my absolute best. I'm far from that, but I'm going to get back to that, and I'm going to try to improve upon that with my pronation. And I'm also going to be heavily working on my cupping abilities. I want to get my cupping well past 90 pounds. And I do a strict cupping off the table, like I saw Artem Morozov. That guy is just a beast. I love watching him, and he does some amazing stuff with his wrist off the table, and it's the table pins the bottom part of his arm, and he's just going back and forth. So it's the most strict movement I think that you can do for cupping. So I'm working those two. As you saw in some of my other videos, back pressure. I got my back pressure way up there where some of these pros are. And I believe I can get it better. So I think I have a natural aptitude or ability with back pressure. So I'm not focusing that right now because I need to get my hand and wrist stronger. Because if you got great back pressure, but you don't have amazing wrist and hand strength, you're not going to be able to access that back pressure anyway. So I'm not really focusing on curls or bicep or back pressure for right now. I know that I'll be able to bring that to the table in short order. Right now it's got to be the hand, it's got to be the wrist, and so I'm focusing on that. Last word is I want to let people know that if you're over 40 and you start doing the shotgun blast with everything, which I did earlier, you get to the point where your hand is kind of weak and fragile and always sore. I'm talking about the tendon part and the ligaments, and that kind of thwarts your progress. So I'll give you an example of what I mean. Let me flip this around here. Hold on a second. I can flip it around. Oh, it's not going to let me flip it around. I thought it was going to let me flip it around here. Okay, well anyway, I'll give it, you should be able to see here. So I got, I do that. I got that for the bicep curls. And I got all these hand squeezers, and I got this guy that I hold weights off of, and I got the big 4-inch deal over there. So, and then, you've seen me do the plate lifts where I just pinch and hold the plate up and the weights. So, I got all these different things, and they're all going to come in handy at some point. But what I figured out is if you're over 40 and you're not 18 now, this is different. If you're 18, 16, 20, 22, 25, I don't think you're going to have a problem. I think you can do all of them. I think you can even go overboard, and you're probably going to do okay. But I think once you're over 40 and you try to add all this heavy, intense hand stuff, you might run into the problems and the issues that I did, and that's you're going to have trouble with recuperation. And it's always going to feel like your hand is sore, not the muscles, but it's going to feel like the bones and the tendons just don't feel good. They feel sore. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm limiting my exercises for arm wrestling, especially because of my hand. I don't want my hand to get that sore again. So I'm not doing a lot of the grippers and all the other stuff that you can do just for your hand. I'm kind of cutting some of that out where I'm really trying to focus on the wrist strength, and I'm trying to focus on the pronation. Those are the two that I'm going after for right now. As you saw, just to recap, like for 4 months, all through the summer, I was just focusing only on riser, basically, not doing too much more than that. And I did get my riser from around 45 or 50 pounds, which is kind of where I started, up to about 70, but that was just barely. And so I'm kind of tired of it, too slow. It's not that fun, and I'm going to go back to pronation, where I think I'm going to excel on the pronation. I would like to see my pronation get up there with the best of them. Now that's not going to happen tomorrow, but I do feel like that's possible. The riser, I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if I have that ability. So anyway, this is for people that are watching this right now in real time, or it could be for someone in 2 years that's catching this video that just started working on arm wrestling and they're over 40 years of age. So you might find this information valuable because it might be happening to you. This is the Waco Kid. It's the first day of fall here in Waco, Texas, September 22nd, 2023. And it's a shivering, blustering, cold 96 degrees right now, and we're headed up to 98 degrees, or so I'm told. It's about 2 p.m., so around 4 or 5 p.m. this afternoon, it should get up to 98 on this very first day in cold, blustery fall weather here in Waco, Texas. It's the Waco Kid, over and out. And I'll catch you in the next one. I'll probably be making some videos of hopefully me improving my PRs on the wrist curl off the table and pronation with the belt off the table. Enjoy the cold weather, folks. Bye-bye.